Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to discuss in brief about the metallurgy. So generally, metallurgy involves the process of extraction of metal. So metallurgy involves the extraction of metal. So in this metallurgy, one should have basic knowledge about the few terms such as mineral, ore, gangue, flux, etc. So metallurgy means the process of extraction of metal. So coming to the mineral means in general metal is not available in the pure state, but it is available in the combined state in the earth crust in the form of mineral. So mineral means it is the natural material in which metal is available in the combined state. So in general, the metals are not available in the pure state. So except gold is available in the native state. All other metals are available in the combined state in the earth crust, and that natural material is called as mineral. Bauxite is the ore or mineral of the aluminium, and its composition is Al2O3 2H2O. So it is the mineral of aluminium and it is called as bauxite. So bauxite is the mineral of aluminium. So coming to the ore means it is the mineral from which metal can be extracted economically. So ore means it is also a mineral from which metal can be extracted economically. So ore is the mineral from which metal can be obtained with low cost. And in general, minerals and ores are available in the earth crust. That means generally they will be associated with earthy impurities. So the earthy impurities present or associated with ore are called as gangue. Gangue means earthy impurities associated with the ore is called as gangue. And coming to the flux, in general, the earthy impurities of ore can be removed by the addition of a chemical substance. So that chemical substance is called as flux. So whenever flux is added to the ore, it selectively reacts with gangue and results in the formation of slag. So whenever flux is added to gangue, it results in the formation of slag. So the gangue associated with ore can be removed as slag by the addition of flux. And here we have to discuss in brief about the metallurgical process. In general, the metallurgical process involves three major steps. And the first step being the concentration of ore. So in general, the metallurgical process involves three major steps, and the first step is concentration of ore. So in general, in this first step, the earthy impurities associated with ore can be removed by following different methods. So coming to the concentration of ore, that can be done by hand picking process or by leviation process, which is also known as washing process, or by froth flotation process. So for the concentration of ore, different methods are available. So coming to the hand picking process, in general, the colored impurities associated with ore can be removed by hand picking process. So what is the importance of hand picking? Colored impurities associated with ore can be removed. So in general, the ore of iron, that is hematite, can be concentrated by hand picking process. So hematite is the ore of iron and its formula is Fe2O3. So it can be concentrated through hand picking process. Coming to the second method, that is leviation method, or it can be called as washing process, and this method is totally based upon the difference in the density of ore and gangue particles. So leviation method is developed based upon the difference in the density of ore and gangue particles, and always remember that the gangue particles being lighter, they can be washed out with water. In that way, the gangue particles can be separated from the ore, and this technique is highly useful for the concentration of sulfide ore. Especially this technique is used for the purification of galena. Galena means it is the ore of lead and its formula is PBS. Coming to the froth flotation method, this technique is totally based upon the difference in the wetting process of gangue and ore particles. So coming to the gangue particles, they can be easily undergoes wetting with water, whereas ore particles will associated with the oil. And in general, the sulfide ores, especially the sulfide ore, can be purified through froth flotation process. So coming to the best examples of ores, galena, that is PBS, or pitch blende, that means zinc blend, can also be concentrated by this froth flotation method. So concentration of ore can be done by hand picking process, leviation process, or froth flotation process. Second method generally involves the extraction of crude metal. So the second step involves the extraction of crude metal. So during the extraction of crude metal, different methods will be followed. The first method is roasting. Second method is calcination. And the third method is smelting. So coming to the roasting process, this roasting process involves heating of ore in the presence of oxygen, and this roasting process is highly useful for sulfide ores. And in general, whenever if we consider the ore of iron, that is iron sulfide, when it is heated in the presence of oxygen, then the sulfide ore will be converted into oxide. So through roasting or calcination process, we will get the corresponding metal oxide. So coming to the calcination, it is also the process of heating the ore below its melting point, but it can be done in the absence of oxygen, and especially calcination is applicable for carbonate and hydrated ores. Especially the carbonate and hydrated ores can be converted into corresponding oxides through calcination. Calcination means heating of the ore below its melting point in the absence of air. So let us consider one simple example, that is calcium carbonate. When it is heated in the absence of oxygen, it will be converted into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So finally, through calcination process or through roasting process, we will get the metal in the form of metal oxide. And these metal oxides can be reduced to the corresponding metal when treated with reducing agents like coke through smelting process. So, smelting process simply involves the heating of ore with reducing agent such as coke. So, let us consider iron oxide. So, when it is treated with coke, then we will get the iron. So, in this way, it is possible to get the metal in the raw state, that means in the crude state. So in order to purify the metal, we have to follow refining of metal. So the third step in metallurgical process is refining of metals. So refining of metals can be simply done through electro refining process. So coming to the electro refining process, let us consider the electro refining of copper. So coming to the electro refining of copper, here we will consider impure metal to be purified as anode, and always it is supported with the pure metal, and both are connected to the battery, and both the electrodes are placed in an electrolytic solution. So here we are going to discuss about the electro refining of copper. So and hence here the impure copper acts as anode. So always the impure metal acts as the anode, and it is connected to pure copper. Here the pure copper acts as the cathode, and these two electrodes are placed in an electrolytic solution. In general, acidified copper sulfate solution is taken as electrolytic solution. When they are connected to the battery, then electro refining of copper takes place. With the result, the pure copper gets deposited on the cathode. This is about the electro refining of copper. So metallurgical process involves three major steps. First step being the concentration of the ore. Second step is the extraction of the crude metal. Third step is refining of metals. And let us discuss in brief about the alloys. Coming to the alloys, alloys can be considered as the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. So what is meant by an alloy? It is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances in which one must be a metal. So alloy is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances in which one should be a metal. So what is the importance of an alloy? Alloys are having better properties over normal metal. So what are the properties of alloys? Alloys are more ductile and malleable. At the same time, they exhibit low melting point. They are having high corrosion resistance. At the same time, they are having low thermal and electrical conductance. So these are the few properties of alloys. So here let us discuss about the composition of few alloys, especially brass, German silver and Nichrome. So coming to the composition of brass, brass is an alloy of copper and zinc, whereas German silver is an alloy of copper, zinc and nickel. And coming to the nichrome, it is an alloy of nickel, chromium and iron. So always remember, these alloys are having better properties over the metals. So now let us discuss about the multiple choice questions based upon the metallurgy. So coming to the multiple choice questions, levitation is used to get. So levitation is one of the concentration method in which we are going to get the pure ore. So levitation is used to get pure ore. Which of the following method is not used for the concentration of ore? So concentration of ore can be done through hand picking, levitation method and froth flotation method. So which of the following method is not used for the concentration of the ore? So froth flotation is used for the concentration of the ore. And remember, roasting and smelting calcination methods are not used for concentration of the ore. So option A, C, D, these three are not used for concentration of the ore. So here option A, C, D are right answers. So coming to the next question, alloys are. So especially alloys are less reactive, more ductile and they exhibits more corrosion resistance. So option D is the right answer. So alloys are less reactive, more ductile and they are more corrosion resistance. So metals acts as, so whenever if you consider a metal, it readily undergoes oxidation with the loss of electrons and hence capable of reducing other elements, and hence they can act as best reducing agents. Gang is removed from the ore. Gang means earthy impurities associated with the ore, and they can be removed by the addition of the flux, and they can be removed as slag. So option B is the right answer. In roasting, sulfate ores are converted into. So during roasting process, what happens? The sulfate ores can be converted into the corresponding oxides, and hence option A is the right answer. The following metal always occur in the native state. In general, metals are available in the combined state except gold. So gold is available in the native state. So option C is the right answer. In electrolytic refining process, pure metal is obtained. So in electro refining process, what happens? Impure metal acts as the anode, pure metal acts as the cathode, and during electrolysis, what happens? The pure metal will gets deposited on cathode. So we will get the pure metal at the cathode. So option B is the right answer. Aluminium is extracted from, so the ore of aluminium is bauxite. So option B is the right answer. Brass is an alloy of, so brass is the alloy of copper and zinc. So option A is the right answer. Froth flotation process is used to concentrate. In general, froth flotation process is used for the concentration of sulfide ores, and hence option D is the right answer. Heating the ore below its melting point without oxygen. So heating of the ore in the absence of oxygen is called as calcination. So option C is the right answer. Which of the following is used to concentrate the ore? So in general, roasting, calcination and smelting process are used for the extraction of the crude metal, and hence levitation is the only concentration method. So option B is the right answer. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.